Peace and blessings all. Thank you for watching Bastet Sheeta City Watchers, Channel 7 Black News, where we are fighting to raise awareness on government corruption and to fight for government accountability and transparency as it relates to the mass incarceration of black men and women, as well as our children, as well as it relating to wrongful convictions. I come to you today. My name is Rachel Campbell. I am the CEO and founder of Bastet Sheeta City Watchers, Channel 7 Black News, and I have a 13-point solutions. I'm currently working on a 7-point, or in our solutions, black solutions for number 7, which is I am advocating for wrongful convictions as well as mass incarceration of black men and women and children, and I am seeking a federal investigation as well as a public jury trial on behalf of David R. Johnson, inmate number 1233494, currently being held at Telfair State Prison. Mr. David R. Johnson is innocent and has claimed his innocence throughout his entire time, from being brought in, from questioning, to being having a false and fraudulent grand jury. So I'm asking that you please help us fight to stop racism and black hatred in Georgia. It has been discovered that Chatham County Court is a KKK hub for Confederates. And so as part of our advocacy, our black solutions is to get justice. And Mr. Johnson has been, he has spent 16 years of his innocent life in prison as if he was guilty of the verdict of charges that was brought forth against him in indictment number CR 052570BR in Chatham County Superior Court. Mr. Johnson's indictment and the verdict is not valid because the indictment was not returned in open court. The verdict is a consequence of corrupt and willful perjury by Spencer Lawton Jr., who was also responsible for wrongfully convicting Douglas Echols, as well as Troy Davis. Troy Davis, may God bless his soul, was wrongfully executed in 2011 by way of the wrongful conviction and this wrongful verdict that was brought forth against, by Spencer Lawton Jr. and the grand jury. So we found that Mr. Johnson is legally entitled to his verdict being set aside for corruption and willful perjury, because this verdict was attained by way of corruption. All of the pleadings of his case has been closed out. The evidence has been closed by the state, and we are now requesting a civil jury trial challenging the in personam jurisdiction of the court as well as the Department of Corrections over David Johnson's persons. David Johnson has been recently put into the hole as a result of the filing of the civil claim tort, and I'm just asking that you all like, share, and share this message so that we can spread the message of wrongful convictions, because I'm sure that you, those of you listening to this, you may have a family member who you know is innocent. David Johnson is a family member of mine. I also have another family member by way of that I have to fight for, who has been wrongfully convicted to life imprisonment, and who's been spending at least 36 years in prison. David Johnson was given a life sentencing for these alleged charges brought against him, and so we do know that he is innocent, and that the state of Georgia has not met all of the elements of the alleged charges inside the indictment itself. But in addition to that, they have not proven beyond a reasonable doubt, i.e. they don't have fingerprints, they don't have fingerprints of the weapon that was used to murder the victim, God rest his soul, Andrew Howard. This is proof that David's indictments was not returned in open court as required by law. And Georgia's rule requires that indictments must be returned into open court, and this rule must be complied with in every case. That's Barlow versus State 127 GA 5856 SE 131, as well as Zuger versus State 194 GA 285 Supra. So please join me and follow me. I know that there has been an issue with me getting on social media and getting myself acclimated with social media, but I will be going live every day from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Raising awareness of David R. Johnson's case, one, until he is released out of the solitary confinement and released from Telfair State Prison, and two, I will be continuously bringing notifications to update you on our civil tort claim action that has been filed against Spencer Lawton Jr., the state of Georgia, Jermaine White, which is the current warden of Telfair State Prison, the city of Savannah, and Todd Martin, who served as David R. Johnson's public pretender, or public defender, shall I say, pretending defender, who did not fight for Mr. Johnson, because Mr. Johnson pled guilty in open court on April 3rd, 2006, as we can see by this document. He didn't get a guilty verdict until November 3rd of 2006, which is a violation of his right to have the trial within 90 days, as the Georgia Criminal Rules of Procedure said should have been conducted for all persons who bail has been refused. I was told by Mr. David R. Johnson that he was taken in on October 3rd, 2005 by City of Savannah Detective Roger Mydale, and he was under the impression that he was only being taken in for questioning. However, Mr. Johnson has not seen outside from that day. He said immediately after questioning he was put into a lineup, and so we definitely have got to fight. I know that there are many more black men and women out here like David R. Johnson, and Mr. Johnson says that they have no one to fight for them inside of prison. So he said the prisoners are being left behind, and as a part of Truthfulitarian Ministries, which I am ministering this wrongful conviction as a form of prison reform through the Bible, because Exodus 23:7 says that you shall not make false charges against innocent people, nor shall you kill innocent people. And I'm raising awareness because the state of Georgia is aware that Spencer Lawton Jr. has made false charges against several people, and they are definitely aware that he has wrongfully executed Troy Davis in 2011 as a part of the wrongful conviction. This is time now. The Bible says that we are supposed to put ourselves in the prisoner's shoes, and we are supposed to suffer with them. I'm suffering with David R. Johnson. I suffered with Troy Davis and Troy Davis's family, and I ask that if Troy Davis' family get wind of this video, that you please reach out to me at Bastet, B-A-S-T-E-T, City Watchers at gmail.com. I would love to continue building. I would love to continue fighting with you on behalf of your beloved one, Troy Davis. I am aware that Mr. Davis's last words before being executed by the state of Georgia was that he wanted his family to fight to clear his name, as well as to fight to end the death penalty. And I am willing to take on that fight with you, and I hope that you are willing to take on that fight with me. So once again, I thank you all for listening and reviewing this video over here on Bastet Sheeta City Watchers Channel 7 Black News, where the revolution will be televised. I am going to televise each part of the revolution as it relates to Bastet Sheeta City Watchers fighting for justice by way of filing civil tort actions as a part of our Black solutions. I ask that you join us in our fight. I ask that you reach out to Jermaine White at Telfair State Prison. He's the current warden, and that you call every day for a wellness check. We've been calling for wellness check. We, haven't heard much of anything about why Mr. Johnson is, well, let me not say that. They said that it was contraband, that he was inside, that he was placed inside of solitary confinement. However, we know that to not be the actual reasoning. The actual reasoning is that he's in solitary confinement as a way of retaliation for me filing the civil tort action against everyone. So if you can get a chance and look at Georgia's law, OCGA 1714, so that you can follow us and understand that any judgment, verdict, rule, or order of a court which may have been attained or entered shall be set aside and be of no effect if it appears that the same was entered in consequence of corrupt and willful perjury. This is what we are fighting to show the courts by way of civil, because he was, one, falsely arrested without a warrant and without Roger Mydell, Detective Roger Mydell, having firsthand knowledge of the commission of the murder in his presence. And two, he was never properly served the indictment. Three, he was arrested without having counsel present, and under the Sixth Amendment to the Constitution, or the Sixth Amendment of the Constitution, all prisoners, i.e. people who have criminal charges brought forth against them, are supposed to have effective counsel with them throughout all stages of the criminal proceeding. And that does include the arrest process, because he was arrested, and it was because of that arrest that he was charged by way of corruption, as a consequence of corruption and willful perjury. So Please follow us every day on this YouTube channel, on Facebook, Bastet City Watchers, Shafir Sankofa, on our website, www.sertisebs.com. Peace, love, and power. And once again, please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Peace and blessings, and I welcome all to join in this fight.